Are you struggling with writer's block? Well, I'm here to tell you why, as well as offer you solutions. Stay tuned. Hello, my lovelies. Welcome back to aWriter's Corner. My name is Lysa. I'm a mom of two who made the switch from teaching to office work so that I could have time for my children as well as be more creative. I use this channel to help you with your writing and learning journey. So let's get started. Today's topic is 7 reasons why you have writer's block. To begin with, what is writer's block? Writer's block is an author's inability to produce writing. They struggle to generate new ideas and material. Although a small percentage of the human population struggle with this phenomenon, it's quite high among writers. Every writer struggles with writer's block one way or another in their writing career. The difference between a published writer and an amateur one is the perseverance. When writer's block hits them hard, the former still gets up and creates something, even if it's not their masterpiece. The latter, however, mopes around the house and questions why it is that their story or message is not in the hands of readers yet. If you're watching this video, chances of you falling into that latter group is possibly pretty high. You're here because you can't produce that short story, novel, movie script, article, even school paper. And you're scratching your head wondering why that is. Well, let's look at the 7 reasons why you have writer's block. 1. You're waiting for inspiration. This mindset is the same as a 30 years old still living with mom and dad, jobless, waiting for the perfect opportunity to come their way. And well, nothing happens. No such thing happens while they wait around for it. In terms of writing, no great story is going to come to you as you wait for inspiration. Instead, you have to create this great story. So pull out a pen and paper or your laptop or phone notepad and start writing. Even if it's a crappy start or you trash it after several paragraphs or pages, at least you're taking your writing by the reins and steering it in your direction. You are not waiting around for a great story to appear on the paper. You're actually making it happen. And that's what we creatives do. 2. You fell out of routine. There was a time when you diligently wrote at a certain day in the week or days for a certain amount of time. However, something drastic may have occurred in your life that caused you to put your writing aside. For example, you may have lost a loved one or a pet. You may have gotten ill, minor or severe, or you may have moved houses or out of state or country. You may have even switched your jobs. All these events and more cause us all to fall out of routine. However, that's not an excuse to stop writing. Instead, you have to consciously pull back out that notebook of yours or those files on your computer and view through your writing again. Start making a habit out of writing again. And note, habits can take anywhere from 2 weeks to months to form. According to James Clear, author of Atomic Habits, it takes an average of 2 months for a new behavior to become automatic. Therefore, you have to force yourself to write before it becomes routine again. 3. You've hit rock bottom. In fiction writing, rock bottom is the main character's lowest point or their dark night of the soul. They hit this point due to all the events that have happened thus far, adding up to a not as planned outcome. The character then doesn't know how else to move forward. And this may be you. You may have hit rock bottom and you have no clue how else to move forward. You may have had a bad breakup or a divorce. You may have lost your job or that job promotion opportunity. You may also be done connecting with the negative, toxic people in your life, disrupting your routine. However, don't give up. I advise you to use the 5-second rule created by Mel Robbins and get up and start writing again. 4. You've lost interest. It's common to become interested in something, say a writing topic, and then fizzle out sometime later. An idea may have sparked in your head one day, and you spent the next few days to months working on it. But the more you worked on it, the more you grew tired of it. You'd rather be focusing on something else. And this is normal, much like a relationship. It's interesting and fun during the honeymoon phase because of our love hormones, but the chemicals eventually die down and normalize the relationship. And that's your relationship with your writing. Because of this, you must put energy into your writing to get something out of it. Again, like a relationship. And heck, put your energy into another piece of writing if no inspiration is coming your way at the moment. Is this a failed relationship then? Not necessarily. You can't expect a great book or relationship if you're not putting in any work or effort. To do this, designate some time just to write, even if it's just 5 to 10 minutes a day or a 15-minute session once a week. This minor yet critical action will actually change the way you feel about your writing. And before you know it, you'll be done with that manuscript, paper, or script. Before I continue with this list, write in the comment box below, what do you do to combat writer's block when you get it? Let's continue. 5. You have other obligations. I empathize with those of you who truly have no time to write because you're prioritizing other things in your life. You may have young children or an ailing parent. You have rent or a mortgage and other bills. You have student loan debts, and so forth. Realistically, writing a book and waiting for the book to passively make you income is not going to pay the bills. We have to do other things aside from writing in order to make a living. Therefore, you and I have put aside our dreams of becoming a published writer and lived in reality instead. This means we can't join a book club or a writing accountability group outside of work. Instead, we have to write and read independently. This means doing some writing prompts on our own, journaling about our day, reading to our kids or partner, conducting research instead of playing video games on our phones, or rising early and staying up late just to write for about 10 to 30 minutes possibly. 6. You have other goals too. Did you know that writing is not the only thing that writers do? All writers do more than sit in front of their notebooks or computers all day. They may have a full-time job that has nothing to do with writing. They may be obtaining a higher education, teaching courses, creating video content, and so forth. These are other goals that a writer has aside from publishing a piece of writing. I admit, while attending college to become either a child psychologist or teacher, I didn't focus on writing. I couldn't. And boy, was my creative writing terrible as a result. However, I did do 2 things that kept my hopes and dreams alive: read and conduct research. I kept reading books of interest, and I checked out research material or viewed them online whenever possible. And you can do the same too. Instead of focusing on your writing, focus on other things that still allow you to be creative. And 7, you make excuses. So you haven't written in days, months, or even years. Oops, that's me. That piece of writing you started some time ago is still waiting for you to revisit it. And because you don't know how else to continue the plot, you've stepped away from it. And then you make excuses for why you can't get back to it, such as, I'm too busy with work, or I'm too busy with the kids. In actuality, you've got writer's block and you don't know how to help yourself. Like a relationship, your unfinished writing doesn't care what is happening in your life. It's also not going to wait around for you to come back to it. It's going to move on, and by that, I mean fade away from your head and hands. If you don't write, you're going to forget what your story and message to the world are. So stop making excuses and go back and say hi to your writing. You may even find that revisiting your writing may spark new inspiration that changes your writing for the better. In conclusion, writer's block is a phenomenon that hits every writer. However, those who strive forward get a work or 2 published, while the rest of us can only dream. There are 7 reasons why the latter group may have writer's block, and this could be you, but there are ways that you can combat that. If you fall into this group, please know that you are not alone in this struggle with writer's block. However, you are the only person who can create your masterpiece. So take out your notebook or laptop and start writing that piece today. The world is waiting for you. That's all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to click like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.